we live in capitalism, its power seems inescapable. So did the divine right of kings.
I'm Evan Greer. Today is my album release party for Spotify's Surveillance, and I am super excited to finally get this record out into the world, and we're going to bring in my friend Chris #2 from Anti-Flag, and hopefully things actually work this time. So we are waiting for Chris to join. Chris!
Hello! I can see and hear you.
Oh my gosh, it's great. You know, that was kind of perfect, honestly, because, like, I was saying, this whole album has kind of been, like, you know, my mom had a bad fall. I've been up at my parents' house, like, taking care of my mom. It's been a pandemic. It's, like, it's something I fit in between, like, the chaos of the last year. And so I think this is exactly how this little party needed to start.
That's great. I mean, chaos. I have to think that you've made a record and you're challenging our digital world, so it just challenged you back a little bit.
Yeah. Instagram, oh, you don't like us, huh?
Exactly. So how are you? Congratulations. We're all very excited for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am good. I'm exhausted, but I'm super stoked to finally have this thing out in the world. And see, it's like really nice to see you and just catch up. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I moved into another part of the house because I thought I was the problem as well.
Although your background looks dope now. So. Yeah,
it's great, except I'm just sitting in the sun. So, but that's okay. The sun is good for you, they say. But I don't know. I don't like it. I prefer my punk rock and long sleeves and pants all year long. So now that it's warming up, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
You've been in the studio, you said, huh? Or what have you been up to?
So up to a lot of things. Anti-Flag has not been in the same room together since March 10th of last year. Pat, his wife is an ER doctor, and so she's been pretty close to a lot of folks that have gotten COVID, and because we're professional ne'er-do-wells, Justin has been his father, who's 86, his primary caretaker. So Justin has like kind of made it a rule that he doesn't see any of us. So so that's been weird, but as we get closer to being allowed together, I'm really excited for like mundane things like band practice. Like, yeah. So it as a way, there's some good that's come out of this, where like little things that we were kind of over are going to be really exciting here soon. But yeah, we've been recording some stuff and working on things, but it's all remote. So it's like I go to the studio and set the mics up. Pat comes in and plays drums the next day. Then we like, and that's not really fulfilling. That's not why I play music. So I'm really grateful that it seems like we're getting to the part of it where we actually get to connect with humans, and not like this, because you and I are much better when we're hugging and not doing this. Clearly, we're off to a bad start with our digital relationship.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I like you over it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I can't wait for that. It's been so, you know, I mean, actually, the last show that I was supposed to play, or like,
oh yeah, it was with us.
I was supposed to open for you guys in Boston. Yeah. You know, March, whatever, I forget what it was. And when that show got canceled, it was when it was sort of like, oh, okay, this is like those first few weeks were so weird. But
well, the good news is I think that show will happen, but you'll have some new songs to play at it.
It's cool. Well, and speaking of which, I was gonna bang out a tune from the new record and ask you if you'd play a song for us as well. And then we've got some more folks coming on in a little bit. But is that cool? Anything else you want to say before I go into?
The only thing that I want to say is congratulations, and I'm really excited for you. I think that it's not a easy task that you, even with naming the record and all of the things you have done, they're not easy tasks, and they're big issues that are at the heart of the art that you've created, and that should be applauded, because it's not the easy road that you've taken. So thanks for doing it, and I am excited that the record's out there and everybody else gets to hear it, because the parts that I've heard, I've loved. So.
Oh, well, thanks so much, Chris. I'm gonna adjust my mood lighting a little bit. I'm so bummed to be in this like office background now for this punk song, but it's gonna be okay.
Okay, it's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. All right, that's a little bit better. I'm not wearing makeup for this lighting. I was wearing makeup for the other lighting, you know. This is femme problems, but... All right, so I'm going to play the first tune off the record, Spotify Surveillance. And it's actually not a raging punk anthem about surveillance capitalism. It's just a song about really, really missing live shows. And so if you miss live shows and feel sad about it, it will make you miss them more and feel sadder about it. Sorry. It's weird on an acoustic guitar. Do you remember when basements felt like stadiums? Under the glow of Christmas lights, people packed together on the best goddamn nights of our lives, and I regret every single show that I spent in the back row, talking shit on my phone behind a table all alone. Every party that I skipped, every friend I lost touch with, when the crowd would sing along, it felt like we lost.
There are a bunch of wild turkeys around the yard. Made the dog very mad.
Body odor and cigarettes. There were nights when toxic masculinity couldn't even ruin the mosh pit. And damn, I miss the taste of a duct tape dented, beer drenched SM58. Every single show when we were right in the front row, screaming every fucking word, feeling seen and being heard. We were outcasts, we were freaks, we were idealists, we believed. When the band played our favorite songs, it felt like we belonged.
Yeah, it's hard because my instinct is to tap along, but I know that we won't line up. I can't be your active percussion. And I'm sorry, we had a wild animal visiting during your show, and the dog got mad. I apologize.
That's all
But
good. It's always
that,
a hug solo.
yeah, I'm yet to do a live stream where I'm not interrupted by something insane. So it's just par for the course at this point.
It is what these things are, but that's cool.
Yeah.
But
I love that song, and I also felt a bit attacked because I'm often talking shit on my phone during the show. So I was like, yo.
it's me. It's all of us. But it is. It was like the moment for me in the early quarantine was like, man, I would give anything to be at like the worst punk show where like people are puking on you and like the bands are terrible and there's like,
yeah.
Sure, I would pay $500 to go to that show.
Yeah.
if it was safe. You know what I mean?
It's really funny because again, I've had that feeling about a lot of things, like band practice, about even like the meeting. We have a weekly meeting on the phone, and it's just like, it's so much more fun when you can, make fun of Chris Head's shoes that he's wearing or something, like in real life. But whenever it becomes this thing that is, everything is so removed, that's been the hardest part for me. I've compartmentalized the time pretty well. Like, I don't feel, it just feels like kind of like a long tour. Like year has just been, the same thing every day. And that's kind of what really long tours are like, especially European tour, like, South American tours where you're so far away. But yeah, I again, broken record, I would gladly go to the worst show in the world and enjoy myself thoroughly.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm gonna play Brandenburg Gate, and I'm gonna play it because it's a song that every time we've played together, we've had fun doing, and you've made appearances, and other people have made appearances during, and it's just a song simply about things we have in our lives that appear to be constant and immovable objects and things that can't be changed. Ultimately, history has proven that first moments in our humanity can be changed, and we can bend the moral arc towards history, or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it demands people reaching out. And so that's what the song's about, and I thought it was pretty apropos for the work that you're trying to do, especially, like, they're not big asks when you're talking about, paying people living wage, or you're talking about having art be shared in a digital sphere and not trying to, squeeze every drop out of the lemon that you can, but do it for humanity's sake instead. So, song's called Brandenburg Gate. Well, I lost my baby to a 4-4. She was cut in the gunfire of the Western world. She was living in sin, I was living in a lie. She was caught up in the glimmer of a rich man's eye. I couldn't see her from the other side. This is son, there ain't no glory in your pride. But I wait at the Brandenburg Gate, at the Brandenburg Gate, I wait. I wait at the Brandenburg Gate, at the Brandenburg Gate, I wait. I wait. Well, I lost my baby to a 4-4. up on life. And if you love something and give it away, no, it can't come back unless you're free. Highway, after Brandenburg Gate, after Brandenburg Gate, highway. Highway, after Brandenburg Gate, after Brandenburg Gate, highway. Highway, highway, highway. Somewhere in between, where the stand no west me, like a 30-year war where I came clean. That's where you find me. Highway, highway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Highway, after Brandenburg Gate, after Brandenburg Gate, highway. Highway, after Brandenburg Gate, after Brandenburg Gate, highway. So highway, highway, highway. When I lost my baby to a fall. All right. Woo.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It wasn't easy, but we did.
Like nothing not awkward to do when someone.
No, yeah. I mean, what you can do is have wild animals run through your yard, and then you have to go chase after your dog. That buys some time.
Yep. Cool, man. Well, Chris, it's awesome to see you. We should catch up, like, not like this sometime, and definitely can't wait for whenever that show gets rescheduled for, when things are safe like that. And anything else on your end that you want to announce or shout out that's like, or highlight other bands, other stuff people should be looking at, other albums out this week you think are cool?
Yeah, we just put out an early riser record on AF Records that's really awesome. And I saw